We can either speak fire-breathing dragon words, or, which by the way, those fire-breathing dragon words, they kind of slice hearts, they kind of like kill relationships, right? Or we could choose warm, soft words. Sound effects for free. Words that draw people and are healing in relationships. So we can speak fire-breathing dragon words or soft, warm words. The choice is up to us. Thank you so much, Tanya. And here's the thing, the time that we most often speak the ungracious, fire-breathing dragon words are in the heat of the moment, right? Like we're our husband just did something, my mother-in-law just said something critical, my boss just, gave me a ridiculous assignment and then looked at me like I was an idiot because I couldn't do it in 2 seconds. And it's like, whatever, in the heat of the moment, we say something that we regret. So the moment you feel frustration, disappointment, or anger rising, it's critical to do 3 things, these 3 things, so that you speak gracious words instead of ungracious words. So the first thing you do, and I know we've talked about this so many times, so let's really unpack it. We pause. We pause before speaking or hitting the send button on the email or the text, right? Because often we get in trouble. How many of you have gotten in trouble by sending a text or an email, come on, let's just be honest, and then kind of regretting it later and going like, I can't take that back, right? And even if you didn't think you caused trouble, you probably did, because in emails and texts, you can't tell the tone of the voice. You can't tell if they're being sarcastic. Like they could say, have a great day, and you're like, oh, they said it like that, have a great day. But maybe they said, have a great day. I mean, you don't know, so you just start interpreting it, so you have to think so carefully before you hit the send button on the text or the email. So we pause before speaking or hitting the send button on your email or text, and ask yourself this simple question. Will what I'm about to say accomplish a healthy goal? That's the question to ask ourselves. Will what I'm about to say accomplish a healthy goal? Proverbs 13:3 says, those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. So make yourself pause, leave the room if you have to, whatever, take a 10-minute break before you actually hit send on that email, and ask yourself that question. Will what I'm about to say accomplish a healthy goal? Number 2, during the pause, ask the Lord to give you compassion for that person and to actually try to understand their perspective, not just your own, right? Really try to understand where they're coming from. Philippians 2 verse 4, each of you should look not only to your own interest, but also to the interest of others. And isn't this critical? Because we tend to just blast right by the other person's perspective in the situation. And what if we were to pause and say, I wonder why my husband just snapped at me. I was going to snap back, but maybe I should pause for a second and regroup. I wonder what's going on with him. Did he get bad news at work today? Or what's going on here? Pausing and saying, Lord, help me to see this from the other person's perspective for a moment before I just have my reaction that I'm going to regret. And then number 3, during this pause, ask God to actually speak through your mouth and give you kind, gracious words. And the Holy Spirit will come up with much better words than you ever could, and will utter those words in a much more respectful way too. Jesus said in Matthew 10, but when they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At that time you'll be given what to say, for it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. And I've done this because I'm a conflict avoider. So like if I have to have like a conversation with my husband or something, it's like, I don't even know what to say. I kind of do that with God. I have real conversations with God. So that's pretty much what I say. God, I don't know what to say. Can you please, give me the thoughts, give me the words. And when I ask him, he does give me the words to say. So ask him.